true. You know, they say you never know how good you have something until it's gone. That comes to a computer too. So the reason we haven't posted very many vlogs is I've had no way to edit. Computer took a crash months ago during one of the storms we had. We also had some people living down the way that wasn't... I mean, they lived there. I don't know if they were supposed to live there, and I don't know if they were like tapping into the electric somehow, because their electricity was shut off because of a house fire. But either way, we had a surge. Computer went down, and it never acted the same since. I was able to recover it, but not able to recover. Like Mac has these things called fusion hard drives, where it takes 2 hard drives, and basically one works faster than the other one, but the other one's there if you need it. It's mumbo jumbo to a lot of people probably, but either way, I was only working off of 128 gigabytes, which is not much when it comes to video editing, just from render files and everything else, plus take into account the weddings and everything else that we do. I finally fused the 2 hard drives back together, so I had 3 terabytes back, but I could not update the operating system, and it was super laggy, so I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if it was the hard drive for sure or not. But I sure as heck was not taking it to Apple, because Apple is extremely expensive when it comes to repairs. So I was like, you know what? we're just gonna Google. We're just gonna see Mac repairs and see what we come up with. And sure enough, I came up with Knox Mac and PC Repair. 32 reviews, 5 stars. That's rare. That's rare to find on the internet. So I gave him a call, or actually I texted him. I didn't even call him because it was a little bit late. So I texted him, and he's like, sure, drop the thing off. I'll take a look at it. He's had it for a few days. He's been working like a dog on it. But yeah, he's got it fixed. Like, he put a new hard drive in there, I think, and he's got it all up and running. But I wanted to give him a shout out and kind of highlight him. Y'all know that's what I like to do. I like to give a shout out and kind of highlight people that are doing good. And have services to offer. So he does Mac and PC stuff. But I asked him, I was like, hey, I'm going to come pick up the computer. Mind if I bring the camera? We'll give you a shout out. You kind of talk about it. And he's like, sure, no problem. I got a YouTube channel too. So perfect. We're going to hop up there. It's Knoxville up by Costco. But we'll hop up there, kind of warp up there really quick. All right, Frank.
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Nice to meet you, Matt.
And what's the name, like full name of the business?
Knox Mac and PC Repair. Otherwise, I go by Frank's Tech Help. So.
Which is on that door,
yeah.
Right? Sweet. So that's exactly how I found him. I was trying to tell him like how I found him. I'm pretty sure I just typed it like Apple Repair or something, and obviously Apple Store comes up, and I ain't setting foot in an Apple Store.
Yeah, right.
Because I know what's gonna happen for there. So
it's gonna be a couple of grand just to get in the door.
He saved the day on this. Like, he had you just had the extra hard drive laying around, right?
Yeah, I've got a million parts.
And he had already spent, what'd you spend, 3-4 days we dropped it off?
Yeah, I'd say on the overall process, trial and error and troubleshooting, probably about 12 to 14 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's amongst, split up hours here and kind of babysitting it, trying to watch, the installation process fail, repeat.
With a week prior of me doing the exact same process of fail, repeat, like, and just, you start the update and it just goes and it hangs up and it just sits there. It'll say a minute left and you said 12 hours on yours, right?
Yeah.
It just sits there.
Yeah, it says a minute left, and then you come back 12 hours later and it still says a minute left. So.
Yeah, so, and we just could not figure it out. And then finally he was like, look, I'm just going to take your hard drive out.
Yep.
And I'm going to pop it in there, or pop a new one in and see what happens. And recently, right?
That's it. I have to do the same thing with laptops, get like water damage MacBooks and stuff, and you kind of go in reverse to start disassembling it and figure out what's bad.
So you can do all that stuff. Water damage.
I do a lot of water damage MacBooks and stuff, and
screen repair.
Yeah, screen repairs.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, you can see I've got
downloads on operating systems. Obviously,
it was an old screen I just replaced for another client, and then this one's got a logic board issue.
And you're not just Mac, you're PC as well.
Yeah, Mac, PC, pretty much anything I can get my hands on.
So anybody that's got a computer, whether it's Mac, even if you don't know if you have a Mac or an Apple or a PC, whatever, bring him your computer. And you can likely get it going. So he's got a little shop back here. It's kind of just tons of like geek stuff, you know.
All my junk here that I've gathered.
Gives me Casey Neistat vibes right there, you know. Just not in New York, obviously, and not crazy chaos outside, but
right.
So he got the computer all set up and ready to go.
It's my pleasure, man.
I'm excited.
It's always nice meeting good people like yourself.
Yeah,
That's,
well, and like I said, dude, he's like he said, like that's what he strives on, is just being honest and truthful and just doing the work. And that's what I said earlier. You know, all his reviews are 5-star reviews. That's hard to come by. So.
Yeah, and I don't even ask people to leave reviews. I don't. I never say, hey, leave me a review. I don't ever do that. People want to leave one, they leave one. That's why there's only 35, you know.
Right.
I've probably helped 400 or 500 people over the past 10 years or so.
But that means a lot if people are actually going out, because positive reviews are so hard to come by, because no one is intrigued to go do a positive review.
Yeah,
but if it's negative, no problem. Like, I'm going to let you know.
Yeah.
But positive wise, like, and that's why I told him, like, the least I could do is, you know, shout him out, and maybe some of y'all need it. Bring him your stuff.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So yeah, he's from. Originally, you spent 3 years in Hawaii.
It's been 3 years in Hawaii. I'm from Knoxville, though. I was born and raised here.
But he's out in Hawaii, so you know.
Did 3 years over there doing tech work, so it was a lot of fun.
Sweet. Focus. So this is when he took it apart. That's how dusty it was. There it is. So that's all clean and ready to go now. What a difference.
Yeah, it's amazing that. As clean as you think you're being, it's still.
Well, we have dogs. We have 4 dogs, so they are bringing all kinds of stuff. And my wife, like, she prides herself on being cleanly and like cleaning nonstop. But you see, you don't do a good job cleaning him.
So with the adhesive here underneath, I use 3M and then a little spot of super glue to keep it in place. So this tape here is just temporary. Just leave it on for like 24 hours. Okay. And then the screen should be adhered after that point. So sweet. But yeah, normally it comes out like that. And so there's your old drive right there.
So that's this is Fusion. Like this is everything.
So
how does it work?
On your model, as I mentioned, a lot of them have it built in, but on yours, this particular model, the Fusion is separate.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, separated from the actual hard drive, and I tried, and then finally, once I took this apart and pulled this out, it just kept failing the benchmark test and stuff, and it would get same thing that you experienced. It'd get to like almost finished with the installation, and it actually got down to like 1 minute. It's like 1 minute left, hangs. 1 minute left, and it must have sat there. Open it up, and I put in a little 1 terabyte drive, just a 2.5 inch, like a laptop size for testing. And it installed right away, so I pulled that back out and put the full-size 2 terabyte, which is also, it's a Western Digital. Okay. And actually here.
That's what all my externals are, so. So now he said he doesn't recommend going 3 tetrabyte or higher. Now why is that?
So there's been a lot of failure, high failure rate with the 3 to 4 terabyte drives. Okay. And you can get much larger drives, 8 terabytes, 12 terabytes, and stuff like that.
Now is that specific to like Western Digital or Samsung?
Well, so that's a Seagate drive. Okay. So I won't say that it's like a brand specific, because Western Digital's really good, Seagate's really good. Right. Samsung makes really good drives. So I don't know. I haven't done enough research to give you a specific on why why that would be the case, but. Going through the forums and stuff when I was researching the problem that you're having, trying to narrow it down, a lot of people in the forums were talking about specifically on the iMac, the 3 terabyte drives failing. Okay. So they would replace them either with an SSD, solid state drive, or go for a 2 terabyte, or go for a much more expensive like 6 or 8 or 12 terabyte drive. And honestly, 12 terabytes, if you get into a higher drive like that, you have a lot more data to lose. Yeah. So running, if you're going to just do your applications and you're doing your video editing and stuff like that, processing, 2 terabytes is sufficient for that, especially considering that you run most of your data stuff on external drives, so it's a lot safer. And so
on that, like the average person, like 3 terabytes is like plenty. Like that's plenty for your average person. When you edit, all your render files go into a folder, and that just adds up. Auto saves, all that stuff. So I'm dumping, but everything's on external. Like my Western Digitals are 12, I think, 12 terabytes. So I mean, they're stacked. Like I use one a year.
Are you running those on RAID?
Yes. Yeah. So I go through 1 a year basically, and that's with photos and video and wedding videos and everything. So this just is. 2 is plenty.
Yeah.
I got plenty of memory. I'm good to go. So
as far as a base operating system, and so mechanical drives, there's a higher like in the long term, mechanical drives have a higher failure rate than a solid state drive.
Okay.
But solid state drives can be glitchy as well, in the fact that if they get like a surge or whatever in the system, it can wipe the, wipe it in a heartbeat.
Okay.
So, with mechanical drives, there's a chance that you can pull it out and still recover the data.
Okay.
On a solid state drive, trying to pull it out and hook it up to an external, if there's one glitch in it, it's pretty much wiped. It's not like the same thing as having a pallet inside of a mechanical drive. So,
right.
I'm a fan of solid state myself personally. Just because it's a lot quicker on the processing, especially for you like rendering and stuff.
Yeah.
So eventually you might consider getting a solid state drive for the internal. And these have various access speeds like 5400 RPM, 7200 RPM, which is, it's hard to compare, I guess, the bits per second, megabytes per second, whatever, versus a solid state drive, because solid state's much faster.
Okay.
But your computer's only going to go so fast,
right,
depending on the processor. So.
Okay. Alrighty, sir. Well, thank you.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate it.
It's nice doing business.
Hopefully
with you.
we find you some business.
Yeah.
Take this home and I'll put it to work.
Yeah, just keep that tape on
keep
there
that
for
tape
like
on.
24 hours. Should be good, man.
Cool.
All right.
Well, thank you,
Thanks, brother. You have a good day.
Yeah. This is from your laptop. 128 gigabyte.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
That is from the desktop.
That's in your thing?
Look at how different that is.
Oh, it's so cute.
Laptops are pretty impressive, but that does the same thing that does. Alright. Up and running. Sweet. Okay, so Frank went above and beyond for me, it feels like, but that's just the service he provides. Like, great guy, definitely knows what he's doing. He works on gaming systems, all kinds of stuff. But that's why I wanted to do this video. I wanted to give him a shout out. He's a little small business working out of he's got a man cave built onto his house, it's great. But I wanted to, extend whatever I could to him to help maybe get him some more business. I like to do that. So went on there, I'm going to leave reviews for him. But also by creating this video, and hopefully, someone watches it and maybe needs a repair or something, or even if it just gives you a little bit of knowledge on what's going on with your Mac, maybe that would help. I don't know. But he's fantastic. He works on gaming systems. He works on all kinds of stuff. So cool guy. Grateful for him because he got the computer up and running. We have no issues, obviously, because I can edit these videos. So glad to be back in the saddle again. Grateful for Frank. I'll link all of his stuff below. Knox Mac and PC Repair. Even if you just pull up a quick Google search, like I just did it just to double check what I had searched. And I searched Mac Repair simply, and that was the first one that came up. Knox Mac Repair. Knox Mac and PC Repair. So definitely check them out if you ever need help with anything like that. So, and Frank, thank you once again. Appreciate it. And we're back in the saddle and editing videos, so we're good to go. Appreciate you. Thank you. And that's it from East Tennessee, y'all.